What's up, everybody? So, 2 weeks ago to the day, I lost my phone. I was working with my wife at her family's house and cleaning up some stuff. Got in the car to come home. I checked traffic on my phone. It's the last thing I remember, and I couldn't find it. Searched high and low, cleaned everywhere. Still didn't locate it. I was somewhat determined. I went and Googled how to find a lost phone, and it pops up with this box that showed all the phones and devices I've connected to my computer, and says, hey, you can either enter a lock code remotely, something I did not know. You can wipe the phone remotely, something I didn't know. I mean, I know iPhone has that option, but I didn't know just because it had synced with my computer it could do that. So anyhow, I put a lock code on it, and time went by. I still didn't find my phone. Yesterday we were taking some stuff out to the dump, and I moved I guess my oldest son, he's moving some stuff in the back, and he pulls this tarp. He said he found my phone. I don't know if it was laying under it, but it was laying next to it. I must have run out there to cover something up when it was raining. I don't know. But it had been out in the rain, and it was wet, and I was like, bummer. Plugged it in, started right up, but then it got all funky. Anyhow, I dried it out, got it working again. And I thought, what have I missed out on? Every morning clicking on the news or checking to see what's going on here and there, who's texted me, who hasn't. The truth is I'm kind of a hermit, and I don't really get a lot of phone calls because I never answer my phone ever, and but I do answer text messages, you know, to my friends. Anyhow, I think in 2 weeks I had a total of 9 text messages from like 4 people total, and so I was like, it got me thinking about this whole FOMO popped into my head, which is a modern term, fear of missing out. The idea that we're going to miss out on something if we don't get it now. This is what gets you to buy new things, the latest and the greatest. Oh, what do they have now? What's the, you know, the greatest new phone, or the greatest new gadget, the greatest, you know, best sounding headphones you could ever buy. And I think about all the people who are suckered into spending money that they really don't want to spend, or need to spend rather. There's nothing wrong with having nice things. I just think it can be done for a lot cheaper, and a lot of the times we feel like we have to be part of a limited edition thing. Like, for example, you can go down to the vape shop, you know, and I buy the little boxes. One of my subscribers, by the way, sent me a bunch of vape stuff, and so I just want to say thank you to her. It was quite a while back, but I've only, you know, I'm finally coming down to the last of it as all the pieces fall off. I use them until they just fall apart. I'm kind of a cheapskate because I don't believe in spending a whole lot if I don't need to. In one case, they have the little basic vape mod boxes for maybe 40, 50 bucks. Then they have a case over on the other side where they have ones that aren't even as nice for $300 or $400. And I asked, why is this one that much? And he said, oh, it's a limited edition. They only made a few purple ones. And I thought about this. It's like, all my life I've watched people around me buying things for the brand name. You know, wearing shirts that sponsor a clothing company. Not even a shirt that's sponsoring a band they like, but it's like this circular reasoning to wear a clothing company to show the clothing company. I never understood that. But that's who I am. I'm a different person. I shop at Goodwill. I like to save money. I like to have money for experiences and do fun things, but I don't, you know, I guess maybe maybe it's a good thing. I used to think I was bad with money, but I've realized it's not that I'm bad with money, I'm just bad at making it. So, anyhow, as far as the whole missing out thing, you know, I guess the reason I wanted to talk about that was because so many people around me are trapped in that commercialized paradigm where they actually see a commercial and buy what they see on that commercial. It takes a hell of a lot to sell me a product. I mean, I can't, basically because I have no real needs. So with the cell phone thing, to come full circle, I found that besides having it to check my emails and for the convenience of texting, there's not a whole lot to really miss out on. We can all kind of disappear tomorrow, and the world will be okay, if you know what I mean. And I think that that's a good thing. It gives us a reality check on who we are, you know, but more than that, it gave me a sanity check on not having this technology stuffed in my face. Because even when I was a kid, we had Atari, We could have chose to sit and play all day, and some kids did. You know, it's not much different than the screens today, except for when I was a kid, every adult didn't have a portable screen in their face, and that makes it a lot harder for us to break away. We're looking for that novelty. We're looking for something new, something exciting, and the internet has brought that to us. And so if I were going to leave with a main point to make in this video, it would be, I think all of us need to step away a little bit from and check ourselves as far as how much we depend on technology for our, you know, excitement, and for, you know, what's going on here, what's going on here, playing music and checking emails and checking social media. It's not necessarily a bad thing, though. We can't beat ourselves up, because it's a natural human tendency to seek these things, these novelties and connections. And I believe we're kind of, you know, we're stuck in the middle. We don't need to spend a lot of extra money on things. We really don't. We can have everything we need at our fingertips for a reasonable amount of money, and maybe give us more money to actually have real connection, come together, go to events, meet new people. Because really that's what, I don't know, life seems to be all about, if anything. Talk to y'all later. Hope y'all have a good day, and enjoy it, whatever you're doing.